Back when I was first diagnosed with ADHD, I heard this term hyperfocus, and I had no idea what the heck people were talking about. And once I heard what it was, it hit me so hard. It is an intense, deep focus on a task, often to the point of losing track of time. It happens when something is slightly interesting or stimulating, and it's also common in people with ADHD, but anyone can experience it. So do not keep your brain overstimulated, otherwise you might fall into this trap. Honestly, I've been doing this for myself today because I'm gonna have a baby in like a week. So I'm filming 8 videos in one, and I need to sleep. How does it work? The brain locks onto a task basically and blocks out everything else. It pretty much feels like you're in this kind of flow state, but it's very hard to control, especially if you have ADHD. And it's usually triggered by passion, urgency, or something new, something novel, something that feels just so enticing you cannot get your eyes off of it. You know those things that you end up finding yourself completely overstimulated in, so much that you feel like your brain is just being flushed down a toilet. Yeah, just be careful of that. Good examples could be like creative projects like writing, art, music, coding, video games, binge watching, anything pretty much that just makes you completely lose track of time. See, I don't have any of these problems. You stupid banana. Come back here. None. You can even do this for things that don't get you excited, but more are just things you're into. Like when you get sucked into work or research and you're just completely deep diving into this topic and you just can't get out and you kind of rabbit hole. If you like this video, gummy bear. Lastly, you can also do this when you're talking about special things that are interesting to you, like hobbies, you know, just kind of getting sucked into those really important conversations. Yeah, those kind. If you've experienced anything like this, write in the comments below what that is. Up next, we got the benefits. You can boost your productivity insanely if it's on something that's actually moving the needle and when you harness it correctly. It can also lead to deep learning and mastery of skills because you're doing something so often, you're so into it, put more hours into this thing than anything else. And that can make you really sucked into the tiny details, which makes you create high quality work. Hyperfocus is not all bad. It can actually be really good and work in your favor, especially those really important things in your life. However, there is a problem here. It's impossible to switch between tasks, especially when you are ignoring your responsibilities while doing this thing you are so sucked into. And deadlines, they don't even matter at all. It can lead to complete burnout and overworking. I will spend a day's worth of time on one thing and forget to eat or sleep. I feel like Cup of Noodles was made for people who really struggle with hyperfocus, and it should be our logo. It's really frustrating when you do this on the wrong thing because you realize I just did all of this work on something I'm so interested in and it doesn't even matter because it wasn't something that moves the needle. Now I look back and I'm kind of frustrated about it all. How do you manage it? Here's just a few examples of things I've found really work. One is you can set external reminders, timers, alarms, and have accountability. People hold you accountable. You can use attention shifts, which is like planned breaks or task transitions. So you can basically plan the things you're going to do ahead of time. That's one thing I always tell my clients is to get really intentional before you jump into something because it will make or break all of your productivity for the day. Which also leads to what it says here about creating a stopping point in advance. The best thing you can do with hyperfocus is to prevent yourself from being stuck in that one path the whole time. You can also balance hyperfocus with priorities so you can make a list before diving in. If you got to figure out how to get out of a hyperfocus in the moment, you're going to struggle because you're already using so much mental energy. It is impossible to get out of this hypnotic state of being hyper-focused on something, especially when you're using so much mental energy you cannot stop. So the best thing I've found works is to work on the prep beforehand. Now, if you struggle with your hyper-focus, there's free tools in the link below along with free ADHD coaching. If you like this video, you're going to love this video right here.